My last one is going to be Out of Darkness. I just saw this on a whim. Like I said, I was telling you earlier, I just saw a making of, and one of the things that in that making of was emphasizing the fact that they made up a made up language for this movie. And this movie takes place about 45,000 years ago. A desperate band of early humans finds a new land to settle in. As they start to realize that something monstrous is hunting them down, they must confront a horrifying danger that they never could have imagined. And this is directed by Andrew Cumming. I don't know what else he's done for the most part. Couldn't really find any other credits here. Actually, he does have credit for Boxer in 2010 and Payback 2023. Interestingly enough, this film, when you look it up in most places, it's dated for 2022. So what happened, it seems to have been shelved, and it's just now finding its way to theatrical release. I think they had to put it down for 2022 because it's screened at a festival sometime. But I feel like they definitely didn't know what to do with this film. But the cast on this thing is a bunch of people who I haven't seen before, to be honest, and maybe that's part of it too. You don't really have a major star to put on the cover, so we got Sophia Oakley Green, who plays pretty much our main character, I believe, Bea, and we got Chukwu Modu plays Adam, and he's the leader of this group. Kit Young plays Gear, Lola Evans, Ave, and Luna Mwezi also plays a younger character that's with them. I think he's like the son of one of these characters, the son of the character named Adam. So, but like I said, man, this band has just arrived from somewhere out of the sea. We don't know where they are, and I had a hard time trying to pin down where they at, man. It definitely seems to be Ice Age kind of era, man, and somewhere in the north, because there's mammoths, but that could be America, North America, that could be Europe, Russia, all of that. It could be, but I just know it's north and it's cold, and we don't know where they come from, what kind of conditions they come from. We do know the group is ragtag. There's a man, pretty much, and his wife, and then there's kind of like an old elder, and then there's two other characters who are, I think, I forgot the exact word they used, but they're pretty much like outcasts, implying that they have no tribe or no one to belong with, and they've been taken in, you know what I'm saying, by this, by the guy that's leading them. So essentially they, come off the boat, they're happy they're on the land, but that doesn't last long. The film is quick to point out that this land is infertile, you know what I'm saying? There's no food in the immediate area, they're looking for game, it's that time of, like, it's essentially like, this reminds me of Clan of the Cave Bear. Okay. There's a little bit of what was that? The film I had on the wall behind me. I don't know if you've seen the new poster, Iceman. You know what I'm saying? Kind of that kind of era, but these people, like I said, they have their own language. They're probably not far behind us, how we are now, and it's interesting how they look too, man. They kind of have this. Everyone kind of here is like racially ambiguous in a way, so that's kind of interesting, which makes a bit of sense to me about how we probably would have looked at this day in this era. But like I said, the land is jacked up, and all of a sudden, also after the, as soon as they get there, maybe the first night, something's out in the woods, and they realize it. So something out there is deadly, and it's kind of gets to hunting them down, And then on top of that, you also have the dynamic, there's no food or nothing, and they're kind of, there's inner fights amongst the group too, with the group dynamics, so they also have this threat outside, and then they kind of, some of them are having a hard time trusting each other, and there's a thing of also earning your keep to even be allowed to stay in a group. So what stands out to me most of all, I love the acting, I love the performances, the casting was great. I think the production values were really great, man. There's some really beautiful cinematography here, like moments, shots that look like they came out of a painting, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is billed as a horror, man. So this thing I think this might be the first pure prehistoric horror that I could think of, man. There might be some more out there, but it really does have a really claustrophobic, suspenseful atmosphere that kept me on the edge of my seat, man. Just wondering, what's going to happen, and what is actually out there, man. That was a big thing for me. Like, what is out there? What is, what's pursuing them? And I just thought it was done pretty well, man. Oddly enough, this is a 87-minute film, so it's just under 90 minutes standard runtime. But one of the complaints people were giving it was that, it kind of feels long. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I think maybe they just weren't ready to watch something like this, man. Maybe me seeing a trailer kind of, gauged me a little bit more. Maybe they thought it would be more action.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's good enough. Like, there is action that happens, and there's always stuff that's happening. Like, they're always making decisions and having to deal with things that arise. I don't think it lingers on anything too much. If anything, I kind of wanted more to see more of this world, dude. And it does raise a lot of questions, man. And kind of like that, man. We don't know what all these characters' backgrounds are. It doesn't take much time dealing with that. So it lets my imagination run wild a bit. Like, and that could be fun too sometimes, man. But overall, I think this was a good film, man. It's probably one of the great films of 2024 so far for me, man. I had a good time with it. I think you'll enjoy it too, once you get a chance to see it.
Yeah, I didn't know that this film existed until you sent me the trailer, and I pretty much know it's not like playing local. So
I think that's the issue because, like, how do you market this? To I think the budget was, they said it was about not too crazy, so it didn't spend a lot of money, but also it's like where do you drop this at, man? I think that's why we're getting it right now as opposed to maybe later in the summer or fall, because it's just this time of year they do offload a bunch of stuff, it just